Hi guys, how are things? We have our session to start now. So if you're with us, put up a comment, let us know. I see Charlie and John are there, Joe, Pavlo, Jack, Esme. Hi guys. Um, like usual, get warmed up a little bit and then we'll talk about the class in a moment. Okay, guys. So plan for tonight is continue a little bit what we done last week with the choke defenses. So the idea that you're grabbed is a dangerous grab, you fight your way out. We're going to warm up with a little bit of recap on that. Later on, we're going to look at defending if you're caught from behind. So if you get caught in a grab, same question as last week, will this hurt me? Or will it kill me? If it's a choke, it will, so we have to deal with it. If you're just grabbed, you can just turn and fight. If you can escape straight away, you do. Or if you're being restrained, maybe you turn and fight in a little bit more. And we have our strength training there, keeping the different types of squats. We're going to go for 9 rounds today. So the first 6 are going to be self-defense related. Then we'll have 3 rounds of shadow fighting. And we're going to finish with the pretzel. Okay, so guys, at the end of the class, we'll give a bit of an update about the plan for next week. We have a little bit more freedom in our training now, so we'll give an update on that. Okay, so guys, we'll start off warming up. Check the camera's okay. So we'll you guys back a moment. So we're going to start off just like a light jog. We're just on the toes. Just take your hands up, and what I want is just individual hand heel strikes. Make sure you're keeping the opposite hand high. You're recoiling all the time. Think of hitting with the palm heel. Keep your elbows tucked in. Good, and then just bouncing. I should say as well, we've some problems with the connection last week. If the connection goes down, we're going to switch to Facebook Live. So even if you don't have a Facebook account, just Google Krav Maga Facebook. It'll be at the top of the newsfeed. Okay, so hopefully we won't need that. Now as you're bouncing, take your hand up, make it a hook, so no thumb, and pluck. And switch sides. As you're plucking, think of elbowing behind, so not just going to the side, all the way around. Keep moving, stay on the toes. This time, putting the two together. So like we were saying last week, turn the defense into attack as quick as possible. So you're plucking, and you're sending that hand heel to the face. And switch sides. Let's work both sides today. Good, relax. Just start the arms, big circles forwards. We go back. We go 1 forwards. We go 1 back. We switch. So you struggle with just get one going fast, build up the speed, then get the other one going. Good. Take our hands to the side. And just our S's. So we know the drill with this by now. Keep our chin up. Don't let our elbow dip forward. Just finding the balance between like kind of say forcing the hands together but putting them into a little bit of tension at the end, but not cheating by giving up your technique. Take your hands to the side, just start the hands turning over. And then do the same movement by keeping the palms facing up, so we get the movement there from the shoulders. Some nice clicks and cracks there. Good. Okay, taking back to that choke we practiced just there a second ago. This time, not from the bouncing position, just from static. So you're passive, your hands are down. We pluck and we strike. Just keep working yourself. And from there, one, moving, striking, boom, and you're finishing mode. Okay. And switch sides. Good. And just bouncing again. This time, take one hand. You're plucking like somebody's choking from the side. So the tactic beside you, choking you, plucking. Get rid of your tongue, up beside your ear, and add some dynamic movements, so not a slow movement. As you're doing it, chin down, shoulders up. And the opposite side. Again, just on the toes, just moving side to side a little bit. Good. Switching again. This time, defense and attack as quick as you can. So as you're plucking the arm, boom, you're hitting the groin. Varying the target to hit the groin, straight away elbow to the head. Switching sides. Now, switching sides again. Pluck at the groin, elbow. Come on, move and kick. We'll switch side to side now. And back in, we're on the opposite. Stay on the toes in between. And one more time. So, what we have there is, like you said last week, you're being choked, you're being grabbed. If you grab your shirt, grab your hair, grab your arm, you can fight straight away. Once they put their hands on your neck and you start to choke, this is a grab that could kill you. So you have to deal with that directly. It's a plucking movement, taking away the need for size and strength. So you're not catching the arm and pulling away. You're dynamically removing the arm. You're attacking as you do that. And now you're back to square one. They're not choking you, so you can fight your way out. That time, you're being choked, being plucked, you fall back as quickly as possible, and then you move away. Later on, we'll look at what we do if we can't move away. For now, feet shoulder the distance, squat to the bottom, walk out, walk back to your squat, nice tall body, and we come up. We go again, squat down, walk your hands out. So as you're moving back, keep your knees low, nice and low in that squat, and we come up, and one more time. Walk your hands out nice and far. Just sit at the bottom for a second. So even though you're quite low to the ground, try elongate your spine. So from your tailbone to the top of your head, make it as long as possible. Use your knees, push, or use your elbows, push your knees out, and we come up. Okay, so we go to our crawling a little bit now. So go to that crawl position. Let's turn to a bit of an angle. hips over our knees, on the ball of our feet. So bend our toes back and just start rocking. So like we were saying the last couple of weeks, this is a very good way to warm up for squatting. Because you're getting into a nice deep squatting pattern, you can check the position of your spine, make sure you're not kind of tucking your tailbone at the end, and you're not loaded here. Stay in the middle to start the circle. So putting some weight over the wrists. So again, if you're doing break falls, that's another good one to do. Just get some weight over the wrists. Good. And we'll go 5 forward, 5 back, 5 left, 5 right. So like usual, small steps. Imagine you have something balanced in your back. So a big step will turn your hips, you'll lose your load. You'll fall off your back. So keep your hips square to the ground, square to your shoulders. It's your limbs that move. Now, this time, take your knees off the ground, like an inch, and the same idea. Think like a cat sneaking up on a bird. Small steps. So a lot of time when we're coaching movements like this, as well as looking with our eyes, we'll listen. If it's really loud, you know that we need to get a little bit more control. Good, just take a breather for a second. So, I assume a few people, latecomers tonight, so if you're just joining us, guys, last week we had a few problems with our internet connection. If the same happens tonight, we'll go to Facebook Live, but fingers crossed it won't. Same crawl, this time, it's like somebody presses pause. So halfway through the crawl, when your hand and legs off the ground, pause for a split second, then go again. Let's go. And then backwards the same. And then forwards again. And back. Good. Let's get our knees straight. Push our heels towards the ground. And the same. So a little bit of calf stretch now. And keep your mouth closed, breathing your nose. Good. And we're going to our dragon walk. So I'm going to turn sideways so we can see this. Same idea, cross body pattern. Right hand, left leg, left hand, right leg. Minimum movement from our torso. You're going to step your left hand forward and you're going to move your right foot at the same time. Your right knee is going to go outside your right elbow. You're here, step forwards. As you step, drop your hips to the ground. You get like a little press up in there as well. So if you haven't started, start now. The demo is over. Breathing with our nose. Good. Okay, so guys, we're going to work on being attacked from behind. Okay, so a little bit of a continuation of what we done last week, where we looked at grabs. The way I always think of the principles of Krav Maga, people should be able to understand them instinctively, and they should be able to understand them with very little explanation, even if they've never done any training before. So, how do we defend ourselves? We look to escape. If we can't escape, we fight. If somebody's in front of us, we can't escape, we fight our way out of there. If they catch us, the question we had from last week, will this kill me in general? There are a few other little things. Will it take me to the ground? Will it cause damage like some kind of arm lock? But in general, is it a choke? Will it kill me? If the answer is no, you fight. You release the grab by fighting your way out of there. If it is a grab that's catching your throat and you're being choked, we have to do something to deal with it, because if you're being choked and you start to fight, the person choking you knows they only need to keep concentration on that for a little time, and then you're not going to be a problem anymore. So the same idea from behind now. Okay, we're going to look close range. We've looked where the person's behind us, and we turned with elbows or we turn with hammers. Now we're going to look at kind of like a bear hug situation, or maybe like you're an ATM machine, or for some reason you're faced to a wall, somebody's really close to you, so you're not going to be able to turn an elbow straight away. You're starting with hammers to the groin, elbows to the stomach, okay? Maybe attacking your head. Okay, so the first situation we're looking at is the attackers behind us. They're close range, but they're not choking us, they're not grabbing us, okay? They're just behind us here, okay? Well, maybe they are, maybe they have you in a bear hook, okay? But you're not being choked, and as soon as you start to fight, the grab is released and you're able to move off. We'll look in a moment what happens if the grab wasn't released. So first thing, lean the body forwards a little bit so we don't get lifted. We can't really kind of exercise this now. We know from the class that when he stands up straight, it's much easier to lift him. Lean the body weight forward, buys you a little bit of time. So we're here. What I want you to start off, either elbow to the stomach or hammer to the groin. So mix between the two. And not just the arm moving, get our hips moving. The opposite side, particularly the foot here. Hit and recoil. Now from here, 3 attacks. So it'll be elbow, hammer, hammer. It might be hammer, hammer, elbow. It doesn't matter. Whatever order you want. Just don't switch side to side. Pick a side and stay there. Start with your hands down. Why? Because you don't know there's an attacker behind you. Your hands will be up if you knew there's an attacker, and you'll be facing the other way. So you're passive, you're relaxed. So as soon as you start to attack, take the other hand to your face. You're passive. Now we're into fight. So we're caught. Immediately we start to fight, elbowing the solar plexus, the wrist, hammer punches to the groin. The grab is released, we're able to move off, we're stepping forward, and we're kicking. Okay, so similar to what we done earlier for that side shot. Ready? Now we're turning, getting our shoulders, our hips, our feet towards the attacker, and then we're moving and running. Let's go again, switch that. Again, you're turning, facing the attacker, and then getting out of there. If your path is clear to run, we'll run. If it's not, we're turning, getting our shoulders, our hips, our feet, our eyes facing towards the attacker so you can deal with that long range. Good. So, for people who are training for a long time and are P4, P5, G level, you know specific defenses against bear hooks. People who are lower levels, you don't know them. And we can't teach them all in one class. But the idea is if you're caught, bend the body forward a little bit, make it harder for you to be lifted, attack vulnerable targets or hard points of your body, vary the attack, so go to the solar plexus, go to the groin, snap at the feet, hit with your head, and as soon as the chance comes to escape, we're moving off and running. Now we're looking at is a situation where we can't move off and run. So maybe you're restrained, and as you're hitting, the grab is still there. So we're not able to just move off and kick. Maybe it's a situation where you're facing a wall and you need to turn to the attacker. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off the same idea, hitting the groin, hitting the solar plexus, but then we're going to use this elbow and we're going to use it to turn. I only hit 2 elbows. So like hit groin, hit solar plexus, elbow, elbow, and then turn in and fight there. Okay? And for now, just dry drill attacks. We don't know what the situation is going to be with this turn. So one more time, slow. Solar plexus, groin, elbow, elbow, turn in, hammer punches, knees, hooks, and we move off. So work in your own time on this, build up the speed a little bit as you go. One more time. Good. Okay. So the idea there is you're being restrained and you can't just move off and run. First time, very simple idea. Hit the groin, hit the solar plexus, make space, run. You're facing a wall, or you're caught with a grab that just isn't releasing, or you've got people with you that you can't just hit a few strikes and run. You have to fight a little bit more. And if you have to fight a little bit more, we need our weapons and our eyes facing the attacker. Now what we're going to look at is a situation where it's a dangerous grab. So again, going back to the idea of choke. We looked at being choked with our hands. Now we're going to be like choked with our forearm. So the principle is the same. You're caught, you want to fight, and you want to turn in and fight the attacker because you can't just move off. Okay? But let's go back to what we had in our warm-up. This is a choke that will kill us. Okay? If we start fighting straight away, the attacker can just keep the focus on that choke, and then we're going to be out really quickly. So what we're going to do, take the plucking motion we had, pluck down, so not grab the arm and try to pull, go up nice and high, pluck down, and make our neck smaller. Chin down, shoulders up, get our chin going to our shoulders. So maybe get some of your jaw inside the grab. It won't stop you being choked out, but it'll slow the process down. So chin to shoulder, send the hands up. And not just your arms, get the whole body turning beyond it. And there, then pluck, boom, with aggression to your chest. From here, one as we pluck, the foot that's in front, the foot that's furthest away, you're going to pivot on that, and you're going to step the opposite foot behind. So whatever side you're plucking, that's the foot that's going to move behind. Ready? 1, 2. Now from here, pluck, move under, and then we're back to square one. This is not a dangerous grab. We're facing the attacker, so this is what you do if you can't escape and there's an attacker in front of you. We fight our way out of there. So from this position, knee to the groins work, hammers work, some hooks, some elbow strikes work from this position. Let's go. And one more. Good. So, same principles carrying through each week. Most of the time when people start learning Krav Maga, you learn a choke, you learn a headlock, you learn what to do if somebody's fighting or somebody squares up to you and you need to defend yourself physically. What you don't really learn is that's the same idea under them all. You're trying to escape. You can't escape your fight. If the person's behind me and I can't escape, well, this is a disadvantage. I turn and fight in. If they're choking me, I deal with it, and I deal with it removing the need for size and strength, and then I turn and fight in. And as soon as the chance comes to escape, you take it. Guys, take a quick sip of water, and I'm going to come back for a strength. Okay, so we're back in, and again, guys, if you're here with us tonight, let us know, put a comment, say hi. Our strength work, we're going with our squats, we're going with our press-ups, we're going with our mountain climbers, we're going with our bat wings. So if you have a football, like last week, grab it. Okay, give you another minute to do that, and we'll be back. Okay, so guys, we are in for our squats. We're starting off 10 regular squats. So body tall, squat nice and deep. Shift your weight towards your heels. Let's go. Good. Okay, so we started on our one arm press up progressions last week, and we're saying some people maybe like a normal press up without putting your knees in the floor is challenging enough. Stay with that. If you find regular press ups easy enough and you want more of a challenge, this is the thing to do. So you're going to use the ball to kind of roll on your arm a little bit, and you're going to be having the press up is going to come from the opposite side. So try as little as possible, put pressure on the ball. Okay, you can kind of cheat with it like leaning your full body weight here, maybe even more than you get in the opposite arm, but try lean towards the working side a little more. You can widen your feet a little bit, but try not to go too wide. It just makes it too easy. So we'll go for 10. Good. Just go for back for a moment. And we were working on this last week or the week before. Take your hands over your head. You're going to add tension to your midsection. So squeeze your abs and your arms and legs come up your neck curls. That's what we want. So don't lie on your back and lift up your arms and legs. Create the tension in midsection and let that be what lifts your arms and legs up. Good. And you make that sort of hollow position, as we call it. So we want to take that into our mountain climbers. So get to a press position. Add that tension, lock the midsection down. And we're going for 16. 8 each leg. Knee to chest. Straighten your leg. Change. Good. So it's like a completely different ball game if you keep that tension in midsection. Where are we now? That one. So I don't think you can see my head, but it doesn't matter. I'll just slide down a little bit. Shrug your shoulders, do the opposite. Drive your body off the wall. Try to get your thumbs in line with your armpits. Let's go. Good. And we're back in. We're going for our lunges again. And the lunges we're going for now, like last week, we're going to step back to the lunge. So body tall, you can land on the ball of your foot, or you can land on the instep. Try drive up with this front leg. So try not to push out the back leg so much. So let's go for 8 each side. Keep the body tall as you move. Change legs if you didn't already. When you've done 8. Good. And we are down for press ups. And if you're using your football, switch arms and work on the opposite side. back up. Make that tension in midsection for mountain climbers. This is a completely different ball game if you get the tension there. Let's go for 16 again. Good. And bat wings. Shoulders down, feet away from the wall. Your kind of body shape broken at the hips now. When you start the exercise, it's straight line from your shoulder to your ankle. Let's go. Good. Our side squats. So, body tall, take our feet a little wide. Keep like your butt, your ankles, your shoulders along the wall. So don't crease the hips as you move. And we're going for 8 to one side. Let's go. Breathe through the nose. We switch those. So just in general, when you're training, breathing through the nose is a good habit to get into. When training gets tough, you're doing your rounds, particularly as you get through a few rounds, maybe open your mouth to breathe through that a little bit more. But during the breaks, even if it feels uncomfortable at the start, try to keep your mouth closed and try focusing on nasal breathing. So again, as usual, because I've been counting, or talking, I've been counting, so we'll stop there. And what's next are press ups. So back to the football, and you're on your favorite side. If you're somewhere between the football and normal press ups, you can go hands close, you can go elevated feet, so your 2 feet up the couch, hands on the ground. There's a few different progressions, but if you're at the level of one arm, okay, or one arm assisted, let's go for that. So 10 again. Mountain climbers, 16. Tension. Let's go. Bat wings. Let's go. So again, really focus, drive the body off the wall, try to get the thumbs back into the armpits. Like you do in the strength class on Saturday morning, 2 kettlebells. It's not just about the weight of the bell you're lifting, it's how far off the ground you're lifting them, how close you're getting the arms back to the body. Good. We're going to go for our Chinese squats. So what's happening? The body is forward, step one leg behind, keep the body forward, squat your front leg, a little bit of balance and assistance with the back leg. Go for 10. Try to get nice and deep. You can be just on the toes of the back leg. That'll stop you putting too much weight in the back leg. If you need to go on the ball of the foot, do that. But if you can focus just keeping the toes in contact with the ground, it'll really make this leg work. Good. We'll switch legs for our last set. Will we? No, we'll switch legs now. Let's go. Again, toes. I would hate for you guys to miss this set of squats, so we'll make sure we get it in. And one more after this one. Good. Last set of press ups. Again, look for the progression that is testing you, but you're keeping a neutral body position, that you're not having to wave with your body, okay? And you get a little bit of depth. Let's go. Okay. Good. Your last set of mental kilometers today. And we are up for our last set of balance. Let's go. Good. Guys, very quick sip of water, and we're in for a round. Okay, guys, we're back in. So, we're doing our mixed round. We started off 15 weeks ago or whatever it was doing sport fighting, shadow fighting rounds. 5 weeks ago, maybe we switched to self-defense rounds. So we're going to have 6 self-defense rounds and 3 sports kind of fighting rounds. So what's the difference? Your shadow fighting, your sports rounds are hands up, moving all the time, short, sharp bursts, not overcommitting to any strikes. Your self-defense rounds are high aggression, 5, 6, 7, 8 second bursts, where you commit everything behind it, and then it's over. And hopefully it's over with you running and getting out of there and getting to a safe place. So I'll set the timer to 45-second rounds. Your first round, you can start passive, semi-passive, or in a fighting stance, and you make an inside defense and fight. You make an outside defense and you fight, or you can make a leg defense and you can fight from there. Okay? So put a few attacks together after you make your defense. Come back, take a breather, and go. But what we want over the 45 seconds is that your last round is as good as your first round. So we are starting in 5 seconds. Let's go. Good time. 30 seconds rest, breathe into your nose. I don't like the new version of the plants. Never say like, oh, here's an easier version, here's a way to make it easier. Any tip just makes it tougher. Okay. Next round the same, starting with inside defense and outside defense with your arm or your leg, and then a finishing. 5 seconds. I don't know why this isn't beeping. Next round, you're looking at turning and fighting. So you can be close range, get the groin, move up and fight away. It can be hit, turn and fight in, or it can be longer range where you're elbowing, hammering, you're turning to the back or side. So what we did last week was what we done this week. Let's go. And you were set, you come back, every round is the same. Next round the same. So the idea is you're being caught from behind, or you're being attacked from behind. You look, you see something out of the corner of your eye, you turn and you fight, the same going to the side. Or maybe you're at close range where you don't have distance to elbow or hammer, hitting the groin, either moving off or fighting in. And again, it can be the same here, grab. You're not being choked, so you just start to fight straight away. 5 seconds. Go. Nice and aggressive. Don't pace yourself here. Take breaks in between. Reasonable breaks. So, round 5. This time, the grab is a dangerous grab. So you be to the front, you know, any kind of choke release, you know, when we worked last week and this week, we pluck here and fighting. With the side one, we pluck and move away. Or last week, we had pluck and fight in. We rear choke, or we that rear headlock we worked on before. So your grab this time is a dangerous grab. You have to deal with the grab as well as fighting. Go. 10 seconds. Time. So one more round like this, and then you have 3 shadow fighting rounds to look for. For less than 10 seconds. So fast pluck, turn the defensive back as quick as possible, hit varying targets, fast and aggressive, move out of there. Ready? Let's go. Time. 30 30 seconds. If you want to put your boxing gloves on, you can. So now mouth closed, breathe in your nose. It's easy to talk about when you're nice and relaxed. Yeah, it's hard to keep those habits. So now, protect yourself at all times. Keep your hands up, keep good footwork. Don't overcommit to any strikes. Make sure your hand up all the time. Get the combos we've been working on the first couple of weeks going. Let's go. Hands and legs. Stop. 90 seconds to go. 45 seconds, 30-second rest, then 45 seconds. Breathe your nose. So you get going, you need to breathe in your mouth. Now, nasal breathing. Three, two, one, let's go. Done. Last round. So, taking the right meaningfulness, don't pace yourself. So don't think what you can do to survive 45 seconds at kind of level 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10. Try to push yourself to 8 or 9 out of 10. And sustain that for 45 seconds. Doesn't need to be striking all the time, but movement needs to be there. Let's go. Hands up. Twenty seconds. Yes. Let's go. Chomping. Time. Breathe your nose. Stay standing tall. Don't take your gloves off yet. Don't drink your water yet. Small breaths. Quick sip of water. Okay, guys, we're going to finish with the pretzel and then stay with me for a couple of minutes because I want to give an update on our training moving forward. So don't switch off the stream just yet. So I'll just tilt this down. Some people might be familiar with the pretzel, so quick run through it. You're going to go to your back. You're going to take your knee over your hip, and you're going to let that knee fall to the side and let your body move with it. So the knee falls, the shoulder lifts up, bring your foot to the ground. Your high shoulder, that arm will catch the foot, and try and focus on 90 degrees between the legs. You might think it's 90 degrees, but try separating them more. Your shoulder's quite high. You're going to inhale through your nose, down to your stomach, and every time you exhale, think lowering that shoulder to the ground, but don't let the opposite knee move. Nice deep breath. As we exhale, let this body move. 90 degrees between the legs, that'll get a bit of a hip flexor stretch on the leg that's on the ground, a bit of a glute stretch on the upper leg. As you exhale, let the shoulder sink every time, and don't let it come back up. So you get a bit of stretch across the chest, across the pecs, across the shuffle onto the shoulders, some thoracic spine mobility there as well. So going way back to the start, we put some videos in the members group that's still there if you scroll down far enough. This was one of the stretches we said, do it every day or every second day. So to switch sides. Again, take the knee over the hip, and what I like to do is just fall and let that fall take the shoulder up. Again, 90 degrees. The shoulder's quite high off the ground, catching either leg and pull the legs apart. Don't let this knee move, so that shoulder goes down, this knee will come up. We want to keep the knee where it is. Breathe in, and as you exhale, focus on lowering that shoulder to the ground. And always breathing through the nose. I don't know if you guys heard that big click on my back. So like one of the overlooked parts of training, mobility, and sometimes we focus too much like on people go running or they lift weights, they lift kettlebells, and like they kind of chase numbers, everything else. So being able to move well, being reasonably strong, being a reasonably good runner, they're all good things to have. And again, being reasonably mobile. So again, it's kind of like your Krav Maga training. You mightn't be the best, you're not going to be a boxer in a boxing match or a jiu-jitsu fighter in a ground fight, but you've a good level across a broad range of skills. And that's what we want from our physical training as well. You don't need to outlift the powerlifter, but if you can deadlift 1.5 or 2 times your body weight, that would be fantastic. You've got a decent breath, so decent frog, decent couch stretch. That's good enough. Good. Just gently come up. Okay. So, guys, well done. A good session. I hope you've done it. This is probably our last session, okay, online. So hopefully next week we'll be back to our regular class. This is a bit of work for myself and Steve to do tomorrow, figuring out groups and stuff like that, but we're going to update you in the members group, on the Facebook page, and by text as well. But this will be our last one. I've enjoyed these sessions. It's been good to kind of keep everything together. I think we'll be back for Christmas special later in the year. Actually, it's 6 months of Christmas Eve today. So we'll be back later in the year for maybe a couple more online sessions, maybe over the summer break next year, because we'll probably go straight through now if we get back. What we have to figure out with the training is our normal model doesn't work because we can have contact training, but you have to work in small groups. So the idea is if we have a group of say 15 or 16, it'll be a group of 8 and a group of 8 in the class separated. And this group of 8 will always train together, and this group of 8 will always train together. So what it means is if you're in this group of 8, you have only 7 possible contacts. Realistically, you might only work with the same partner the whole time. But it's not just for one class, it's for every class. So if there was a case of COVID, it could only spread to 7 people in the group, as opposed to going around the whole club where if we just let everybody come in. So we can't have it that you mix between Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're going to have the same people training the same days. But we're looking at how we can get everybody training twice a week. So we'll update on that hopefully tomorrow. Well done to our fat loss group. I don't know if the feedback has gone out yet, but up until last week, 85 kilos have been dropped across the group. So fat loss is a byproduct of the habits, but some amazing results, some great commitment. from people. So well done. Okay, we're not finished now. We'll be keeping going in the next couple of weeks, keeping you updated. And the success of the program is always told 3 months later when we check in with people and they've maintained the results, maintained their habits. So, and we look forward to that. And last thing is Brian is organising a quiz, an online quiz, not this Saturday, Saturday week. So people will be training their pods, training their days. We're not seeing everybody from the club, so it'll be a chance to get onto Zoom and have a bit of crack and do a bit of a quiz and get to see people in the way. So I haven't been seeing you guys. Some people, we've been seeing some people during the week, but it'll give us a chance for us all to get together. So, guys, well done. Like I said, we'll update you hopefully tomorrow where we are, but hopefully we'll be back, most people, to regular training next week. Good.